Hey guys, this is Anastasia Autumnfire. I'm wishing everyone a very blessed Memorial Day. I wanted to make a blend, an honoring blend, as my incense sticks are not working with me, an honoring blend for those who have served, continue to serve, those who have fallen, those who are still with us, in honor of those that protect our country, that are our service members. I have set up a little altar in between my God and Goddess altar with some of the pictures on my ancestor altar that have passed, who have served. My Grandpa Ray does not, I don't have a picture of him. That man was never photographed. But I do have a little crystal train because he was part of the railroad. My Grandpa Alan, I have his picture and his patch, and then a friend of mine that passed away last year. So just if you're wondering what the pictures are in the background. But I thought I would share the making of this. My hope is that I'll get to the cemetery today that my Grandpa Ray's grave is in, and leave offering not only for him but for all the service members within that graveyard and their families and everything. And oftentimes when I'm leaving those kind of offerings, I'll make an herbal blend that I can just scatter about the ground or release to the wind and let it blow wherever it may. Very much like a loose incense blend, but I'm very careful not to use something that's toxic, not to use something that is possibly poisonous, and it doesn't necessarily need to be ground to a fine powder, so that makes it a little easier and just kind of a quick thing. So if I thought I would share this in case someone was like, I'd really like to do something or leave something out or send something out, but I'm not sure what it is. This might be something to look into. But at the very least, I just thought it might be nice to share this. So the blend I'm making today is going to be centered around courage, remembrance, and love. So I'm going to start with courage. I've got 3 rosebuds here. Roses, of course, are great for love, but I've also very much connected them to strength and courage as well. I think I have seen them referenced in other places. That one rosebud is just not wanting to stay in my hands lately, or today. I've seen them referenced in other places for courage, and they are very sacred to my matron goddess Hel. So through my working with her, especially with her in the modern sense, strength and courage is very much connected to her. So and I feel that through this flower specifically. So I've got a red one. I like that color for fire, for strength, courage again. Then that was the last red blossom that I had. So then I have pink. And I do like pink because pink is very much about love, which, although that's going to be in 3 other correspondences, I don't mind tying it in with other elements as well. And again, because this is going to be just a blend that I put in a bowl on my altar or release to the winds or scatter amongst the graves, it doesn't need to be too fine of a crushing. And then this was a white blossom that kind of faded into pink, so I liked that for purity, purification, cleansing. It's kind of now turned into yellow or brownish because of the drying process. And there we go. So we have 3 rosebuds for Maiden Mother Crone. Next I'm going to use yarrow. Yarrow I know is used very much for divination, but it also is very much connected to love, and I have found it for courage as well. Not necessarily a correspondence I know it well for, but I found it, I kind of meditated on it, and it seemed to ring true, so I'm going to be using it. And of course, the traditional 3 sprinklings. And then the last one is, and I never pronounce this right, I don't think, mullein leaf. I apologize. I hate that I need to actually get on there and do some pronunciation guides online. It is very much for courage. It deals with the spirit realm, which I like as well. If you are a person that uses grave dirt, I know it can be used in spite of grave dirt, kind of like instead of it, substitute. There's the word I'm looking for. So there we go. We've got our 3 items for courage. And then next we're going to work on the remembrance. So the first thing, obviously, something that probably most people expect or know, is rosemary. Rosemary has been known for remembrance in so many ways. Even Shakespeare wrote on it. It's used in a lot of funerary rites, and it also helps with mental clarity and remembering things, so that's also good. It's also a very protective herb, and I always like having at least a couple of protection things in there, just because I want to make sure that the intent stays strong and focused. This is some lilac, some of the last bit of lilac that I have, because I did not get out to harvest it like I was hoping this year. Lilac is good for wisdom. It is good for beauty and love. It does connect to the fae. But it is also good for memory. And the thing I like about that is it connects to good memories. It remembers the good times in a way. And there's that. Then last for remembrance, I have some poppy seeds. Poppies are very much used for, I mean, you see the orange poppies or the red poppies, the buttons for remembering veterans. So I thought that would be perfect. And it also, it connects to all 3 goddesses that I work with now. And it connects to the other realm, which I also very much like. Anything that connects, because this is, for my purpose, being put on kind of an ancestor altar or a remembrance altar, and then going to a cemetery to be spread. Although the intent is to remember those still with us and those who have passed, I like using the poppy seeds to connect also to the other realm. The next 3 items I'm going to use are for love. Again, as with all of these items, they have other attributes, they have other correspondences. These are just why I chose them, but I'm hoping to retain their other connection as well. First, I have apples. Apples, of course, are the food of the dead, very much connected to ancestor work. But they are also very much about love. They can be about fertility. Definitely beauty and wisdom and knowledge as well. Then I have some thyme. Thyme is one of those herbs that have, I mean, almost every aspect you could want is going to be in there. But love is very much a connection there. And also thyme has been used in funerary rites as well. So again, we have that connection to the other realms. And then last, some freshly wildcrafted violets. Violets are for love. They are connected to underworld rituals as well. A lot of times, mostly, as I've read, connected to funerary rites for children, but for love, I like it. I think these are wonderful, and actually I was when I wild crafted these, I pulled them from Lily's grandfather's house, and he actually is a veteran as well, so there is a connection there. I like that. I think that's a cool bit. Sorry, I'm just picking the blossoms really quick off the stems. I didn't get them ready as I should have beforehand. So there's the last smattering. Then, boy, those roses just kind of took over, didn't they? But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm trying to make it look a little less rose heavy. At the end of the day, this is what I have. So I'm going to split this up in between my altar and bring some to the graveyard. And I'm also going to put some in a muslin bag and write a little honoring for those who have served and continue to serve. And at the end of the night, I will throw that into a fire, just kind of as a final offering. So I like that symbolism as well. We've got 3 offerings, one in the graveyard, one on an altar, and one given to the universe. So yeah, that is my honoring blend for the veterans on this Memorial Day. I hope you found that informational or helpful or insightful. I don't know. I just, for some reason, I felt compelled to share it. So I hope you liked it. Thanks so much, guys. Blessed be.